Welcome back again to Bronco's Pipe Smoking Den. And the camera is not, I don't know if it's well put, but anyway, yeah. Welcome again to Bronco's Pipe Smoking Den. And Bronco, I mean my den, and this is the second part of talking about pipes. Because the first part was, you know, really long. It was about 20 minutes. Didn't even realize it's been 20 minutes. So I'll try to be faster this time. But I came back, I made another espresso because it's still morning, I'm still sleepy. hmm And maybe that's the reason why I was having troubles finding my words. So let me light up my pipe and I'll get right into the subject. Alright, so an excellent brand. I was talking about brands. I was talking about no, Dunhill. I think a very, very important subject when talking about new and old pipes is Peterson. If you had the chance to smoke an older Peterson, uh, especially the one that was made in the Republic of Ireland, compared to the Petersons that are made today, I'm pretty sure you've seen a big, big difference. Um, for example, I have this Peterson Capet um, made in the Republic of Ireland. Uh, also with Philip, but this is extremely, extremely uh, come on, seriously, it's not heavy, so this is extremely light. But leaving that aside, the Briar is top quality. It smokes perfectly. It doesn't get hot. I also had in the past a Peterson. What was it? Well, it was also a Peterson from the 80s. What Peterson was it? I don't know. But the thing is, the Briar from that Peterson was, again, top quality. The draw was top quality. People who bought recent Peterson pipes, especially the ones in the Dracula line or St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that, one of the most frustrating things about those is that uh, they use a lot of shellac, I think, on their pipes and paint. And when the pipe gets hot, all that shellac and all the paint start to create bubbles and to sometimes create big bubbles. So basically, the pipe gets ruined and they send it back. So um, that's not normal. First of all, that's not normal to have a pipette uh, to start having bubbles on it. I think you know what I mean. But Peterson fans are Peterson fans, and they will love Peterson no matter what. They still collect Petersons like Dracula or St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that. It's out. Talking about Peterson, I have two more here that I really want to discuss because it's worth it. Here is a Peterson Celtic. It's been said that the Celtic or Celtic line is one of their top lines, so top quality briar. And it is, in my opinion. Although this is not a light pipe, this is quite a heavy pipe. It's an acrylic stem, but still a very, very good pipe. And as you can see, it has a beautiful, beautiful bird's eye. Which is not a it's not a new thing for Peterson pipes. They all have beautiful bird's eye on them. But I really enjoy this pipe. Again, this is quite an expensive pipe. They don't, from what I know, they don't make the Celtic line anymore. But it's not really a vintage Peterson. It's not made in the Republic of Ireland, from what I know. Or is it? No, it's Peterson Dublin. But still, a very good smoker compared to this Peterson with a very oxidized silver. This is Peterson Sherlock Holmes original that I paid a lot of money for it. A lot. There are so many things wrong about this pipe that I don't know how I should start. When I first bought it, I was smoking with a filter. I was not used to smoking unfiltered pipes. So I got this because it also has a filter. It's a 9mm filter, but whenever I tried to put a filter in and I put the stem back, totally back, and I would try to smoke, guess what? There was no draw. I couldn't draw smoke. Why? Because it wasn't well drafted. The the filter was actually blocking the draft hole in the pipe. So, in result, this couldn't be smoked. I tried different filters. I tried balsa. I tried Stanwell. I tried what are they called? Elephant. I tried many types of filters. No. Unfortunately, if I want to use a filter with this one, I need to take this stem and leave it out like this to have some space so that it doesn't block the draft hole. Quite a thing for a very expensive pipe, right? But that was not all. This vulcanite stem. I think it's one of the worst vulcanized stems that I've had because, man, when this gets oxidized, it's, I think, the worst oxidation that I ever seen, and the most difficult to repair. It gets very ugly and it's very, very hard to get it back to black. And it's oxidizing very, very fast. But let's get to the bow. This is, well, a big pipe, but even if it's big, it's a light pipe, and I like that. It's a light pipe, although it has thick walls. And it has, again, beautiful bird's eye. So you'd think, man, this is really good briar, man. Unfortunately not. And I actually googled this problem about the Sherlock Holmes line, especially Sherlock Holmes original, to see if others have the same problem, and unfortunately they do. This pipe gets extremely hot, no matter what you put in it. Maybe if you put an English blend, it's okay, it's better, you know. But if you're going to smoke a Virginia or a vapor or a vapor or an aromatic, this is going to get extremely hot. Even though it has very thick walls, I don't know why, I don't have an explanation, but this one gets extremely hot. So, considering the money that I've spent on it, is it worth it? Is it such a good smoker? Definitely not. It's a beautiful pipe, but not a great smoker. So, let's get a bit further. I will compare a new pipe, Savinelli, that I've shown you before, which is a Prince shaped pipe, and this no name Jean Claude pipe, which has shellac on it. Guess what? And if you look closely, it doesn't even look like briar, but it is briar. The Savinelli is indeed lighter, but the cost between this one and this one is pretty big. This one is obviously much more expensive, but which one smokes better for me? They are both great smokers. They have a good draw, they don't get hot. So this is a difficult situation because I have a very inexpensive pipe and an inexpensive or okayish price pipe, but they both smoke very well, and sometimes I feel like this one smokes better, even though this one has been smoked a lot before it came to me, and after it came to me, uh, it has been smoked incredibly much. So I think I took the kick out about 10 times already because it did build up a kick. So, cheap pipe versus not so cheap pipe, but the same quality, almost the same quality. There are new pipes that are still having good standards, and an example is this Beats Chocan Castel, which is a pot shape, and even though it's a new pipe, this is very light. It's light, although it has thick walls, and it's very simple. It's a very simple pipe, and it does what it has to do. It's a very good smoker, easy draw. It doesn't get hot. Of course, if you will put Virginia tobacco in this one, it will get hot. It's not really a bowl made for Virginia, but for Balkan blends, English blends, this is my go-to pipe. So a new pipe at a decent price, a very decent price, and very good quality. I have here one of my favorite smokers. This is a Hilson filter pipe. I think it's from the 80s. And when I received it, I fell in love with it. I couldn't believe how smooth it smokes, how cool it smokes. So the smoke was very cool. The pipe is extremely light. It's featherweight, and it's also very pretty. But it's a great smoker, and it's curious because it had broken lip, and I tried to repair it, which I did with hard work. But if I wasn't able to repair it, the only chance I would have was to just cut this part of the lip and make a new lip. But I didn't want that because this stem, the way that the stem is made, I think it's one of the most important things about this pipe. It's a very good stem that helps with the draw. Um, like I said, stems are important. Uh, the quality of the vulcanite is very important. The hole, how it was made, is very important. Although it has a big hole, it's quite large inside. If you look at the lip, it's quite small, and it's difficult to put pipe cleaners through it. But all in all, this vintage pipe, excellent. Uh, the last example that I want to give you, because I'm not going to take all the pipes that I have, but I wanted to show you the most important examples of what I personally consider good versus bad smokers. Ah, and another one, by the way. This animal, this huge pipe, it's a Mastro di Paia, fatto a mano, which translates handmade. It's well, you can see how big it is, and the thick walls. Even so, very light, very light, very nice at the touch. Uh, and this is indeed great smoker. I mean, this is one of my favorite pipes in ways in which it smokes. Uh, Again, the draw, the way that the bowl reacts, the way that the tobacco burns, and everything about this is perfect. The only thing that I don't like about this, it's too big for me. I don't like big pipes anymore. I used to when I was in the beginning, but if this one was much smaller, this would be probably my favorite pipe. This is not a cheap pipe. It's quite expensive, but is it worth the money? Yeah. Some expensive pipes do um, um, they are really worth those money, you know? Now, I don't personally know how, for example, to get a smoke, but those are very expensive pipes. I know that Tsuge uses top quality briar, the best briar in the world, but I don't know. Red race, hail to the king. Not a cheap pipe, but a good smoker. W. Larson, expensive, but great smoker. And now let me get to the last pipes that I really want to talk about. These are the most important because it's the best example that I can give you. What I have here are two Stanwell Pipe of the Year pipes. This one right here is Pipe of the Year from 1995. It's a long time since then. This time, this pipe is Pipe of the Year 2019. I bought this brand new, unsmoked. Which one do you think smokes better? Which one do you think has a problem? Well, I'll tell you. This one was pretty expensive when I bought it, but unjustified because this is a terrible smoker. It's terrible. It's terrible. I tried to smoke different blends in it, and whatever blend I'm smoking in it, the bowl gets extremely hot. Extremely hot. The walls are not thick, but not thin either. So I don't know. For pipe of the year, this should not be a problem. Also, this is a 9 millimeter pipe, but if you choose to smoke it with a filter, the draw will be very, very poor. That's why I renounced using a filter even back when I was smoking a lot with filters. So again, 9 millimeter filter, but the draw is very hard with a filter, unlike other pipes. So this pipe of the year, expensive, is a bad smoker. So this is dedicated to blends with Kentucky, like Virginia, Kentucky, and stuff like that, or vapors. Um, but yeah, that's it. Unlike this 1995 pipe, which is, well, obviously it has very thick walls and it's more briar. It's very light. It's also 9 millimeter, But the difference is that this one can be smoked with a 9 mm filter. It's not going to have a bad draw. So, in conclusion, my conclusion, um, are there good and bad pipes? Yes, there are. There are good pipes, there are very good pipes, there are not so good pipes, there are terrible pipes. And the prices, they vary, and it's not always an expensive pipe that is going. Okay, so the camera stopped because it was out of battery. I didn't check that before. But yeah, in conclusion, there are good pipes, there are bad pipes, and this is important when you're spending your money because some pipes are very expensive, and no one wants to pay a lot of money on a pipe that is just nice looking or just for the brand. At least not a serious pipe smoker. So, um, with that being said, these were, you know, like I said, my thoughts, and I'm really interested in your thoughts because I don't have ultimate, um, the ultimate truth. So I want to know your thoughts about this. You don't have to agree with me, and yeah, just drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I would like to talk with you on this subject, on this matter, and maybe even learn more. So this was part 2 um, about pipes. I will take a break and then come back with part 3, in which I will talk about pipe dynamics, so to say. So, until next time, take care and happy puffing.